Surefire ways to enhance the sale of your house. And also, it's going to be a Robin Hood moment. They say that there's going to be some great deals in the next 12 to 18 months. What does that mean? We'll also look at inventory, existing home sales all across the 12 counties of the Bay Area and the Santa Clara County. Let's get moving. Realty Time, surefire ways to enhance the value of your home. Now, this is obvious stuff. It bears talking about because you never know if you're in the market, where to start. These are great places to start to get your house ready to sell. And it doesn't matter if you're selling your house or if you're thinking about getting it appraised for a refinance or whatever. So the first thing you always want to do is look at curb appeal. Landscaping is primarily the first thing you want to do. Now, if you're going to put the house on the market, make sure any kind of dirt spots have chipped wood or gorilla hair on it, mulch, that kind of thing, just to decorate it a little bit. Put some perennials in there, some flowers to add some color, but also gardens are a big thing. So if you have a vegetable garden, you start growing, make sure you trim that up, make it look nice and pretty, and trim up your trees because trees tend to grow wherever they want to. And if you want to make it look manicured, you have to dress it up. This is the spring. We want to give you an opportunity to do your spring cleaning, and outside, outdoors, make sure that looks really well. Energy efficient features. So low flow water, update your appliances. However, I don't really want you to buy new appliances. If there were some older appliances, you can do some stuff to dress that up to make it look more modern. There's a lot of things we can do about that. And that includes a new HVAC or updating your HVAC or making sure that's clean. Replace old windows. Now, if it's broken, that's great. And if you have an old historical house, you want to keep those windows. The windows are older, they're historical, they're part of that house. Now, if you have a little cottage or an older house, get the old ones out and put some new ones in. In California, you don't need to do all the high energy efficiency crap. Just get dual pane windows. That's all you need. And the other thing about those inert gas that they put inside there, when it gets too hot, that air condenses a lot more than the air outside. So it actually bows the window. So just keep that in mind. Convert extra space into rooms. This is a dumb article. So convert extra space into rooms. Yeah, so this is technically a bedroom, even though it's downstairs and there's no full bath downstairs. This is still considered a bedroom, and it has a closet, has everything. We converted it into an office because I use it as an office. I'm here every day. If there's other rooms, make sure that you have a detailed reason as to what that room is for, not just storage. I've walked into multiple rooms lately and it's just storage rooms. So what we do is we take out all the boxes and stuff and create a hobby room or an office or an exercise room, and we give it a purpose. Update the kitchen as well as the bathrooms, right? If you have tile on the counters, etc., those are great ways to add value to a house. The last couple houses that we looked at over the last week, they've all had tile counters on the top. That's not what buyers are looking for. So they're not willing to pay a premium for it. Will it sell? Yes, but not at the price that you're expecting. That makes sense. Update the cabinets, update the appliances, update everything, make it look modern. Stay away from gray. Some other things you can do is floors, new floors. You can do new lights. You can do new knobs and doorknobs, etc., on the inside your rooms, just to give it a fresher, more updated look. One of my listings that I have coming up, they had the old wooden doors. It was just brown and it looked dark, and it made the whole house look darker and smaller. And I mentioned, maybe you just paint it. And there was a little bit of, not fight back, but a little bit of, really, does that really make sense? I like the wood too. However, after they painted it, they said, I can totally understand why you wanted me to paint it. So take it from an expert, somebody that's been doing it for 20 years, make your house look bright and airy. Also, get rid of furniture. If you're selling your house, get rid of old furniture. We can bring in some partial staging and make your house look like a new home. So there you go. Real estate fund manager says there's going to be fantastic deals in the next. Now, this isn't for residential real estate. This is for commercial real estate. And we have another article. I'll prove it to you there. So this guy right here is saying that a lot of the loans are coming due in the next 5 years, which we've spoken about before. This opportunity means if you're going to get into real estate, get into real estate on the commercial side, because buying residential real estate as an investment right now has already been played out. It's overpriced. It doesn't cash flow unless you have $1 million to sink into a house and let it just give you accumulate money every month. It's still not necessarily the best value right now. Commercial real estate is going to start dropping, and you can tell me what you see out there when you go to the next time you go to the store. Tell me that there are not vacant properties or vacant offices or vacant retail outlets there. It's just a natural progression of life right now. Rents are going up. There's a lot of upward pressure to increase property value and increase value in property altogether, and small businesses just can't afford that. So that's going away. And those real estate investment trusts or REITs or syndications have sunk hundreds of millions of dollars, trillions of dollars into buying commercial property. And over the next 5 years, those loans are going to become due. But there's going to be some that will falter or default, which means they go into the bank owned, or they have to sell out and then they lose money. Yeah, that's this whole thing right here, seizing the opportunity. What I would say is look into investing into a REIT or syndicate if you can afford it. A syndicate is qualified investor. You have to have $500,000 or more, et cetera. A REIT, you can just buy into it. There's different tax advantages, and we can go into that. I actually have a couple videos on that in my channel. So make sure to watch that if you have questions on that. Bottom line is you're going to have good opportunities to sink money into real estate investment trusts that are starting out and looking for these opportunities. That's got a couple $100 million or $1 billion in assets already, because that might get sucked up. So be careful where you're investing. And if you want proof, here's another article. This isn't absolute proof because we just don't know what's going to happen. We don't have a crystal ball. Vacancy rates have climbed, and it's not just retail, it's office. Multifamily units are also struggling right now. Things are going to happen, and it will shutter. I don't think it'll be a huge dip. It might be 20% value loss, but I don't think we're going to see 50%. So that's what this whole article talks about. And if you want, the articles are in the blog. The links are into the blog. It's all sourced out, ready for you to look at it. So there you go. Another thing that you have to consider is a lot of these REITs bought into real estate when rates were low, and they owe their investors a certain amount of money every month, even though values are creeping up a little bit right now. When they have to refinance, they're going to have to refinance 7% or 6%. So that's another thing that might hurt these commercial properties out there. Okay, so inventories just reported 665,000 units for sale across the United States. We'll go into that in a minute over here. Just spent some time looking at that. And existing homes, the average consumption rate right now across the US is 3 months. So right now there's 12 listings around $1 million for sale in Santa Clara County. And this was the one I looked at, and it's just decreased in price. It's days on market 23. Original list price is $1,198,000. They dropped it $200,000. There you go. It's a cute little bungalow. See, this is more of a historical house. I wouldn't change the windows because that's just, those windows are set up older. They have the sash here. You can see their sash windows. You can't really get sash windows these days. And it goes with the look and feel of the house. So I'm glad I mentioned that's actually Providence. And see how they have the old tile, old kitchen. If you wanted to update it, you could. That's what people are saying. They're not willing to buy a house that they need to put work into and make it look modern. Yeah, this is in the Alameda. Rose Garden, it's a great opportunity for you if you want to look at buying it. Okay, let's take a look at inventory consumption rates. Inventory over the last month has shot up. What does that mean? Is that alarming? Does that mean that the market's collapsing? No, we've been struggling with inventory all across the United States. We've had lower numbers of homes for sale, and now numbers are ticking up because this is the spring. These numbers will massage out. This is mid-March numbers. So once these numbers finalize out over the next 15 days, we're going to see these numbers come down. But for right now, it's telling because it shows you that this is the selling season. This is the time that people are going to come in. People will buy houses. We have a lot of buyers out there, and the number here is not alarming because what it's showing you is right now have an uptick of supply. And based over the last 12 months, on average, it takes that many months to sell. It's the same thing here in Santa Clara County. All these cities are showing larger numbers, like Los Altos Hills, it shot up to 26. We put a lot more property, a lot more listings on the market, and we're putting them to sale. And over the next couple days, these will get consumed and these numbers will average out. So it's normal to see this happen. These numbers here are shooting down to zero. That's because we have no new listings in those two cities. Montecito doesn't have anything new for sale right now. So those numbers are based on the last, what's active, and on average, how many months it would take to sell based on the consumption of the last couple months. Now, we're going to look at these over the next 6 months and see how that works and how this evens out. But we're going to see the numbers go up a little bit. The inventory is only one side of the story. Today, we talked about surefire ways to add value to your house: windows, new kitchen, update your kitchen, update appliances and fixtures, make sure that they look new and are new and more energy efficient, and look at investing into the commercial space, either in a